Hello Libra, welcome to July. This is Ruby and welcome to Ruby Reads Tarot. Libra, July and the run up to Leo season for you is going to feel a lot like this cloud of confusion perhaps, and I want you to see it more like the cloud finally lifting. Venus has gone direct, Neptune goes retrograde and joins all these other planets that are currently retrograding in the sign of Cancer. That's a lot, in the sign of Capricorn even. That's a lot of cardinal energy, and I think that's energy that you might be quite comfortable with. The energy of newness, the energy of beginning. July brings you a fresh new start, and up until Leo season, I would really say to you, this needs to be about you. There's a lot of self-mastery, healing, healing that might have needed to take place for a really long time that's going to happen this month. And you would be doing yourself a favor by making this a period of clarification, of healing, of reconciling yourself from a phase that's very clearly flatlined. So Libra, Mercury comes out of retrograde, Venus comes out of retrograde, and July for you might feel a lot about being pushed to your limits, to really being brought to this place in time which might feel a bit like a standstill. And I don't want you to see this as a bad thing, Libra. This is entirely about you and your healing, and how sometimes the best healing can be some alone time. Hangman, Piscean energy, Neptune retrograde for me. Ten of Cups. You're revising this concept, this idea of what a happy home looks like, who a happy home looks like. And I think the choice might have been pulled away from a situation or from you by mere indecision. I think the period of indecision might have been one that kind of took its toll on something that felt a lot like home, a lot like forever, a lot like the longevity was just the potential for longevity. We are in the sign of Cancer, and this is the initiation of summer. The Hermit card could be in regards to a Virgo. This could be Virgo energy that you might need to adopt for July. The Hermit, the seeking wisdom from within, seeking solace, seeking healing, seeking entirely within for our hurts, for our for the things that might be coming through in this really potent, like, cosmic time at the moment. Your focus kind of needs to go away from everything that's happened or is happening and kind of brought back inside of you, because I think the real clarity that you need, Libra, might be in some time alone. Because what you're working with here is polarities that have gone from like a great potential to a nightmare situation at least. How did you end up here? Alone again, but not really this time, because this is the opportunity that you get this month with this solar eclipse. With the solar eclipse that just happened in Cancer and the lunar eclipse that's about to happen on the 5th of July in the sign of Capricorn. Where is it that you can kind of give yourself a bit of room for absorbing that wake-up call that these eclipses might have come with, Libra? And I think the real medicine in this time, the real healing that can be done in this time, will absolutely come from how intentional movement in the direction of solitude will lead you right back here. That's the massive cheat code I've just given you for this month. Libra, this is an excellent time to mend bonds with yourself. This is an excellent time to look over the things that had you hurt, things that might have happened in the past that you didn't necessarily heal from or take the time to heal from. You didn't give yourself the opportunity to heal from. Or maybe you just weren't in that frame of mind to be able to look. And now I think July, with your sign going direct again in the sign of Gemini, is the communication that you kind of have between your heart and your head. Piscean, Virgo energy. Very much 6th house, 12th house. From this plane to beyond. Victories, Libra. I think there might be a need for focus on the wins that you can have to salvage what you can in this situation. And I think a lot of your personal power might resume from not only taking some time out by yourself, but really focusing on the things that do feel like wins. Seeing what it is you can explore right now to help build you up by pouring, I think, real unfiltered, unedited, undistracted energy back into yourself. The possibility for wins this month are fantastic. The possibility does, however, come with a commitment of holding true and holding quite firmly and holding with, I think, a lot more integrity to what side of the fence, what side of the polarity, which side of the scales you're on, Libra. I don't think they're your cards. Let's move on to another deck. Let's have a good shuffle for Libra for the month of July. I think energy-wise, with Venus going direct again, it might feel like you can breathe, you know? Things might have been quite tense recently. Miscommunications with Mercury retrograde, of course, and that might even continue up until after the shadow period. Shadow card. After the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, the 22nd of July, when we begin to see her in the sky again. See him in the sky again. The shadow card, light versus dark, yin versus yang, masculine versus feminine, light versus dark, your good versus your bad. When you decide to take some time to suspend time and just spend a bit of time looking at your part in a certain situation and how perhaps your shadows may have held you back from an honest, fulfilling, true commitment, and where it is that you may not have been ready to put yourself in such a commitment, but you found yourself in one, and how the potential of losing that might really force you to open your eyes to certain situations, certain truths about yourself even. And is this a bad thing? Absolutely not, because it's all in the name of healing. And when one does something in the name of self-healing, you'll know it will be from the best place possible. And if you give yourself enough room to stay possible, maybe spread yourself out a little bit. Take some time to figure out what you like, Libra, who you are. Take some time. Base chakra, to get grounded, to get rooted, to actually really commit to something. And that something might even just be yourself, Libra, but if you're willing to grow roots right now, prosperity begins. I want you to notice how that's a tree. If you want, this can be about as fertile as you'd like to make it. but what is the truth of where you're at, and what is the truth of what your shadows are causing you to manifest and causing you to create in your life. And why it is then, if this victory is assured, if this victory is what's in your energy, why is it then your internal and your external are at complete polarities? And where is it that you're not perhaps reconciling what you feel on the outside with what you're displaying on the outside? Get grounded, Libra. I would strongly suggest for this month you keep lava rock with you, you keep black tourmaline with you, you keep red jasper on you, carnelian even, and I would strongly suggest that you go to Etsy store Rubyreadstarot and pick up one of these hand wrapped crystals that I apply Reiki to, and they're full of really positive energy. I love them. This is the goddess collection, so they're all named after goddesses, and they're really powerful pieces, so you kind of can wear them as pendants, but they are one-off. That's not mass manufactured tat. It's individually wrapped unique pieces that are full of love. I've got 2 cards that have come out for you. I've got recovery and dissipating. I think Cancer season being an initiator, bringing newness, bringing freshness into a situation, might get rid of some of your complacency, and where you might have begun to lag in your own energy a little bit, and where this Cancer energy will really help bring you back on track with this recovery process. And I think with this recovery card, you will need to apply as much rest when you need it, and you really need to actively participate in this month being about your recovery, which might mean you need to slow right down. 10 of Wands. There's a lot to reconcile here. There's a lot to heal here. And there's a lot of forgiveness even, I think, that needs to go into creating this 10 of Cups. Let's have a final outcome card for Libra. You'll win this month, Libra. After a journey of self-discovery and really displaying the kind of strength that Leo season might bring with it, Tower card, things are changing, finally. The stability that you were seeking, the stability you haven't quite been able to create for yourself yet, will come once you decide to build things properly. So no cutting corners, not doing things the wrong way around, actually pulling out the swords and healing before you decide to get building, right? Just spend some time with those shadows. Spend some time in your recovery, dissipating. Just don't be complacent, because if you decide to let this time just pass you by without making the changes you need to, when will it ever happen, Libra? And I think somewhere along the line, someone's kind of got to give you a bit of a shake and say that there are things that you need to address and you need to be really honest about, and you need to make your peace with and heal and move on from. So that, yeah, it could not be more obvious. In this time, just rest, Libra. Work on what you know you are able to build, because there's lots of opportunities in there for you, and maybe that's what needs your attention right now. The time that you can take towards your work, building a firm foundation for yourself with this base chakra. And I think back pains generally come from a feeling of a lack of stability, and you're guaranteed a win in this month that is associated to your work, that is associated to coming closer to the realization of this 10 of Cups. But it needs to be active rest, purposeful healing. Dissipating, like wasting this time away, you would waste a beautiful opportunity. These shadows, this duality, this reconciling yourself means working on it. suspending yourself in it until you're illuminated about the matter. Displaying the strength and character, integrity when you need to. And the Hermit, just taking that time out because you really need it. And it's perhaps in that stillness that you will find your healing begins. And once you've healed, and you see all of this abundance around you, and you feel as though you are that winner again, this turns into this. That's how you make it happen. Cheat code number 2. You don't need the cheat codes, Libra. You need the rest. The rejuvenation of spirit, the healing, you know. And this period of clarification, this period of really getting yourself back on track, this period of recovery can really only lead to good things, okay? Libra, thank you so much for watching. You've really got this, okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you'd like to book a reading, visit rubyreadstarot.com. You can now buy merchandise also. So pick up a hoodie. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall catch you again soon. Take care.